Right-wing blogger questioned under anti-terror laws at Edinburgh Airport. A right-wing YouTuber has been stopped and questioned by police at Edinburgh Airport under anti-terror laws. Craig Houston, 53, is believed to have been returning from a holiday in Greece when he was stopped. The Glasgow-based blogger describes himself as an investigative journalist and runs a video channel where he addresses political issues, including immigration, which is a lot like exactly what I do. Houston, who says he is a member of Restore Britain, has not been arrested or charged, but police confirmed his electronic devices were seized. A Police Scotland spokesperson said on Friday, 10th July, a 53-year-old man was stopped using powers under Schedule 7 of the Terrorism Act 2000 at Edinburgh Airport. They added he was interviewed and digital devices were seized for further examination. Inquiries are ongoing. Under Schedule 7, officers can stop and question someone to determine whether they are concerned in the commission, preparation, or instigation of acts of terrorism. And it seems like they've done this to him purely just because he is right wing. Just because he's right wing and he probably hangs around in right wing circles, so they've went, oh, terrorist. However, when it's a bunch of Antifa fucking people, and that doesn't matter. I mean, who am I talking about? They can't afford to go on fucking holiday. In May, Houston posted on social media a picture of a letter, apparently from Restore Britain leader Rupert Lowe, confirming he is a member of the party. He has also highlighted what he claims is a migrant tent camp in a Glasgow park. In his most recent video, posted from Greece, he discussed recent protests that have taken place in various parts of Glasgow. He claimed he had predicted such protests a year ago and offered his own analysis while showing images of the demonstrations. So that could be used as an excuse of, oh, he's supporting all this, and it looks like he's encouraging it. Bing bong, we can get him under the Terrorism Act when he comes back now. Because see all the stuff that you're posting online, by the way, if you're talking about the protests and talking about this and that, you better believe that AI is scanning your shit and putting it in a police database for them to look at. They will be looking at you. Because see how the right wing going out and protesting right now, I've said it many times, the police are very, very nervous about that right now. They are very nervous about it, which is why they're coming down so hard on it. They're basically realizing that the natives are getting very, very, very upset and the potential for Boogaloo is increasing all the fucking time, right? I personally don't think it's going to come to that, but the police and the government, they're terrified right now. They are very, very worried about that, which is why you're getting such over proportionate police responses to stuff like this. Right, basically any civilization that's fell happened in Rome, happened to Genghis Khan, happened to all these places. All these big places that fell, this is what happens. The government gets very, very, very heavy-handed right before it falls. What is it they say? What's the average life expectancy of an empire? About of a civilization. It's about 250 years, apparently. But anyway, he also showed a video in which men dressed all in black held a vigil in memory of Chris Donald, a white teenager who was murdered in 2004. It's a very, very famous case in Scotland. Funnily enough, actually the first racially motivated murder to happen in Scotland. And it was a bunch of Pakistani gentlemen and murdered this young boy just because he was white. That was it. And then a bunch of them all fled to Pakistan afterwards. Police recently issued a warning about hate crime following a demonstration outside a house in the Castlemilk area of Glasgow where windows were said to have been smashed. Wow, wonder what happened there. It's because there was a pedo in there. It was because the guy who raped the... Remember when the papers described him as a tanned European? A tanned European. Tanned Europeans could be here. I hate tanned Europeans, right? So basically, they were trying to get him the fuck out the house. We don't want him in our area. Get fucking rid of him, right? And the police basically had to come and form a cordon and get the person out of there, right? So that was very, very dishonest, BBC. But then again, you are the BBC, fucking admitting very, very serious facts like that, trying to make it look like people just went up and smashed up a house for no fucking reason. A senior player, there was another incident that happened where people did protest around the house, and it did turn out it was the wrong house, right? So again, if you're going to do shit like that, at least make sure you've got the right fucking place. Also, don't do shit like that. Naughty. Violence. No, 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 no. But anyway, A senior police officer later said the occupier of the property was an innocent member of the public. And yeah, there was one case where they did actually get it wrong, but there was another case where they were right on the money, and it was the pedo guy, and the police had to come in and get him the fuck out of there. Other protests have taken place in the Cranhill and Royston areas, while mounted police attend another one held in the Springburn area on Friday. Now, here we are. Now, this is something that you just have to deal with when you're a right-wing figure, which is why... Do you want a word of advice? Whenever you go on holiday, take a burner phone. Just take a burner phone, because even if you haven't done anything wrong in any way whatsoever, like, the police can go through my phone. I genuinely don't give a fuck. Right, I don't have anything on there because, as you know, I'll admit I make my jokes and I fed post a little bit. I'm not encouraging any kind of violence in any way whatsoever, because as soon as your political movement engages in violence, your political movement gets set back about 20 fucking years. And I kind of want my movement to be successful. So let's avoid all the fucking violence stuff, please, right? Because it just gives them an excuse to come in and arrest all of you as well, and that's your movement shut down. In a way, they probably kind of want you to be violent, so then they've got an excuse to just arrest all of you, and bing bong, movement dead. Which is what they want. That's the main thing that they want, right? And I've just recently came back from America, and I did have to explain to my girlfriend, I was like, just so you know, when we go back, we might get stopped by counter-terrorism police, and she was... Oh my god! And I was like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I don't worry about it. It's just she has to put up with so much shit from me. I feel bad for her, but basically, I never get stopped though. I was just straight through, and I was kind of like, oh, I'm not important anymore, right? But basically, that is just a thing you have to watch out for when you're on the right wing. The police know about you. See, if you're like fed posting online and you're just like, haha, having a little bit of a laugh, they know about you. They know about you. They use AI to comb through every single bit of that shit. They are looking at all of that all the fucking time. They've really, really got their finger on the pulse when it comes to this type of stuff, because they know that because the natives are so fed up and we're all at a fucking fever pitch, that shit could kick off in a massive way at any moment. Right? And bear in mind, the police are underfunded. They're not even solving regular fucking crimes like police are supposed to solve. Right? They're in a bit of a panic mode right now. There's a lot more of us than there are of them, right? And they're basically worried about a bit of a Northern Ireland situation forming. Because see, as soon as someone from the right commits another kind of terror attack, and then another one happens, and another one happens, and then a secret group starts forming all over the country, that's in. Remember the Troubles? Basically, there's a risk of that happening, but in Britain. Right, there is a risk of that, and I don't want that. I don't want little girls getting blown up by fucking car bombs, right? I don't want that shit, right? So that's why the police are very, very nervous, and it's why they're going so overboard with this little random guy who's just... He basically does the exact same shit that I fucking do. He's getting stopped by counter-terrorism police, and they're seizing his electronic devices. And it's also so that they can go through your contacts and all your messages, so that they can see who you're talking to, so that they can actually build a web network of how everyone is connected to everyone. That's something they do all the time. They do that constantly all the time. So basically, the police are not trustworthy in any way whatsoever, and they are going to do things like this to you. The only thing that you can do is, well, whenever you're traveling in and out of the country, just use a burner phone.